Jai Mata, Charanam Sharanam Ramambige, Charanam Sharanam Trayambage. God's advent on earth is not a descent, it is a manifestation. God is all pervading, all filling power. This power become manifest as a human being for the mission of restoring the dharma. This is the avatar. The form which God assumes, the extent of power which He manifests, the way of His spiritual ministry, all these are in accordance with the need of the age, and the nature of the dharma is to be reclaimed. The God man, the avatar of Ishvara, is the embodied excellencies of wisdom, love, and compassion. He is the Lord of the Yogas. He is not a mere pathfinder. He is the truth, the way, as well as the God. He alone is the Jagat Guru, the world teacher. He can lead man along any path that suits him. Divinity is incomprehensible to the intellect. Only devotees gifted with faith understand the secret of the incarnate Godhead. Once they are aware of this truth, once they take refuge at the feet of the Saguna, they turn their back on the vanities and fleeting pleasures of the world. To be able to see Saguna Brahman is a great favor from the Saguna. Hard indeed is the vision of God, but for you, the divine has become a visible reality in the form of all loving Mother. As the compassionate Guru, she is with you, guiding and guarding you in the trials and tests of life. How fortunate you are! Let your intellect be established in this truth which you have seen. God is above the reach of your intellect and the findings of science. He is the absolute. He is the truth as well as the mystery. He is bliss itself. He is the ocean of beauty. He must reveal himself. Then alone one knows him. But he who knows him cannot retain his petty, puny, and fugitive I. It dissolves in him. The finite merges in the infinite. If you get a glimpse of him, ah, what a joy! The whole body vibrates, the mind sinks into silence, the ocean of love bursts from the heart. Then you love the whole humanity. In the deluge of love universal, all barriers break, all divisions disappear. Consideration of caste, creed, nationality, religion, all these go. No trace of sorrow, misery remains. It is all bliss. To recognize the divine when he makes advent on earth in a human upadhi itself a kind of saving enlightenment. But to preserve this enlightenment, you should be constant, vigilant, alert, and awake. Otherwise, Maya casts its veil and shuts out the vision. As per the custom traditionally handed down from generation to generation, everyone celebrates his birthday as an occasion for rejoicing. But the Advent day of the divine incarnations, like Sri Rama, is a religious festival which will be celebrated so long as the sun and stars exist. Whenever dharma declines, whenever the human intellect loses power to distinguish truth from untruth and dharma from adharma, when buddhi of mankind become impure due to egoism, the God comes as the avatar on earth. The humanity gets the blessedness of seeing him with the gross eyes. God knocks at your doors, but if you do not welcome him, if you do not heed to his call, how great is your loss? Shastras cannot give knowledge. If Shastras were enough, why should the Jivan Muktas come again and again to this world to lead the world bound Jivas to God? Why should God Himself appear as Avatar on earth? The divine incarnation comes to reinstate Dharma. What is meant by Dharma Sthapana? Himself abiding in Dharma and revealing the power and perfection of a dharmic life. The avatar transforms others too. into luminous embodiments of Dharma. Dharma is not a subject for instruction, it reveals itself through conduct. Acharana. God gives a golden opportunity to mankind to achieve liberation when He Himself appears as the avataric personality, as the universal Guru. His advent is a flood of grace. Faith and surrender to Him takes one to the God quickly. As it is hard to realize the Nirguna reality, so too it is hard to recognize the Saguna Brahman in the avataric form. By His grace alone, He can be recognized in His embodied splendor. Bhagavan Sri Krishna, right from infancy, revealed many superhuman leelas, but only a handful of devotees knew Him as God. God is the attributeless absolute. Those who achieve the utter restraint of chittavritti in samadhi alone can experience His nature. But God, as the avatar, is accessible to all mortals. Those who see Him then merely as a mortal continue to grope in darkness, but those blessed ones who look upon Him as the supreme, all pervasive power attain moksha. Making her advent in this long neglected grihastha creating therein appropriate situation, facing stupendous problems of homes and discovering their solutions. Mother has revealed to you the easiest path to God realization. The Guru prescribed only a particular path trod by him, be it Jnana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, or Raja Yoga. It is only Jagat Guru, the divine in the avataric form, the Lord of all yogas, who can lead the aspirants along the various paths in accordance with each one's temperamental endowments. Samsara is the abode of fear. Fearless state comes only when you are united with the Supreme. When grace of God descends, one becomes fearless here and hereafter. A time of cosmic need comes when God Himself is manifest on earth as the Savior of humanity, as the Jagat Guru. From birth, He reveals perfection. His Ubadhi shines with the luminosity of pure Sattva. His great attributes are revealed in great splendor. He is Swayambhu, the self existent one. He needs no guidance, no sadhana for perfection, yet, as the exemplar of humanity, he submits to guidance. He performs tapasya. He lives a life which is full of illumination. By association with him, by surrender to him, many attain salvation. Saguna Brahman in avataric form is recognized only by bhaktas. In some, a single darshan rends asunder the veil. In others, who have a thick veil over their intellects, the faith dawns gradually through repeated associations and sadhana. Faith in Saguna ensures redemption from samsara. The nameless, formless, attributeless, all transcendent Brahman cannot be worshipped, cannot be meditated upon. There is no anusandhana of Nirguna Brahman. By devotion to Saguna, the mind becomes pure and finally merges in the self. Nirguna is realized only in direct experience, Swanubhuti. The advent of Saguna in the avataric form is a blessing not only for a few bhaktas or disciples but for all mankind. But he who takes refuge at his feet alone gets redemption. God gives a golden opportunity to mankind to achieve liberation when He Himself appears as the avataric personality and as the universal Guru. His advent is a flood of grace. Faith and surrender to Him takes one to the goal quickly. As it is hard to realize the Nirguna reality, so too is hard to recognize the Saguna Brahman in the avataric form. By His grace alone, He can be recognized in His embodied splendor. Bhagavan Sri Krishna, right from infancy, revealed many superhuman leelas, but only a handful of devotees knew him as God. Some others, like Shishupala and Dandavakra, insulted the Lord, considering him as a mere mortal. During the advent of God on earth, a great tidal wave of spirituality is manifested on earth. God is the ocean of compassion. Those who recognize Him in His avatar, those who take refuge at His feet, leave the body with remembrance of God and attain emancipation. Divine grace is now manifest on earth. Gates to salvation are open to you, but it is for you to rise up to the occasion to make use of this opportunity. Charanam Sharanam Ramambige Charanam Sharanam Trayambage Jai Mata.